Hello, everyone. Welcome, overloaders, to the Seattle Overload Show. We're going to very quickly talk about training camp so far, the Seahawks returning to football at the Virginia Mason Athletic Center. And then, Griff, we have Elijah. Now, come on now. Is it Arroyo? Is it Arroyo? Is it something else?
As far as I know, it's Arroyo, like
Okay.
row your boat.
Oh,
Arroyo.
so we're going back to that?
Well, did we ever leave it?
Well, we
I-
were tempted. Well, I
I've
should
been
speak for
on.
you.
I've been on Arroyo the whole time. I never left.
That's not
I've
true.
been. I planted my flag there early.
I don't
Okay.
think that's true.
I was an early adopter, let's say, of Arroyo.
On a related note, how is Rook a row getting along in Atlanta?
I
Did he
have
get
not
drafted by
heard.
the Falcons?
I've not heard anything about him.
No. Maybe he got hurt, or maybe he's bad.
Yeah, I don't think he did super great as a
Okay.
rookie, but dude, rookie years don't count. They're not real.
No. No. Okay. So hold on.
And the reason why they've become increasingly not real because of the limited practice time and everything.
Right. And
They
if you're
come out
having
less
to
and less prepared.
Yeah, and if you're like having to learn like the technique that they want you to use, and then you're fit within the scheme, like it really that's tricky.
Yeah.
Um, so we're going with Elijah Arroyo.
Yes.
Obviously, I have a slight accent, so
Just do your
my
best.
yeah, that's all I can do.
All that
It's an
matter that
overload promise.
your intentions are pure with pronouncing his name. You're doing your best.
It's not the end of the show yet, Griff.
Hit it, Maddie.
Welcome to the Seattle Overload podcast, where we are going to quickly recap Seahawks training camp from afar so far, and then we're going to look at the Seahawks third round tight end, Elijah Arroyo, and what he brings coming out of the University of Miami, playing with a good quarterback in Cam Ward, and we're quite excited about this guy. And it's topical, Griff, because he seems to be lighting up training camp. I think he stands out as a player, like he's a flashy type of player, so maybe it's not a surprise. But he's getting some rave reviews, and with the news that Noah Fant got released, Mike McDonald said that's kind of, unrelated in a sense, and he was keen to talk about the whole tight end group, but Fant was more of a move tight end, so's Arroyo. Makes sense.
Agreed.
Anyway,
It does
anything
make sense.
else about training camp, given that we're not there, but we do have our
Yeah.
network of overloader spies. You know who you are. And we also have some tweets, some posts, some
Mm-hmm.
reports, anything
Coverage.
that you want to spend about 5 minutes talking about before we get into the Arroyo tape.
There's been a lot of stuff about the quarterbacks. Sam having a bad day, Sam having a good day, Jalen Miller looking sharp. I take all of it not to really mean much, not to dampen hype, and also not to over accentuate perhaps perceived struggles just because they're throwing on air, the pads aren't on. Right now, you just want them, to work on their footwork and their mechanics and just throw a clean, sharp ball. That's all I really care about at this point. I mean, they're still installing the very, very basic beginnings of the playbook. Like we're talking about like 1 to 2 plays a day. Like that's the pace that they move at with install at this early in the season. So, any comment about processing or decision making and stuff getting through reads, that's great, but that's within a framework of like they're getting the same picture over and over and over again. Which is good because that's how you train. That's, again, training camp, not evaluation camp. It's training camp. Like they're so early on. Probably next week and the week leading up to preseason is probably when the team probably starts to weigh the actual snaps, the training camp footage a little bit more. But yeah, so it's just, let the guys breathe. But yeah, it's nice that Jalen Milroe is looking sharp, because if it would be one thing if he was, there were reports that he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn or something, which has been sometimes his problem.
And we've seen that with other quarterbacks at Seahawks camp. Like the reports about Sam Howell weren't great, last season.
Right. Totally. So it sounds like his mechanics are clean, which is, step 0, right? So that's
McDonald actually praised them. He said that you see a decisiveness in his game, and mentioned his confidence, but then he also complimented that his eyes are in the right spot more consistently, and it seems like it's a quicker delivery, and the footwork is starting to match the routes and the concepts. So, yeah.
That's what you want.
It's exactly what you wanted.
That's what you want.
Now, other guys, Griff, getting some praise from McDonald. AJ Barner said, we love him. He's just like us, Griff. We love AJ Barner too. And then he also complimented out of the blue Jake Bobo, which is one of the guys we spoke about earlier. As he has a big opportunity, as given that X role, they're not paying Marquez Valdez-Scantling too much money. Bobo's on the fringes of the roster. It's approaching now or never territory for him.
Right.
But there's certainly playing time to be had, and it seems like he's doing well.
Also, he fits the scheme too. And I mean, not to be a downer, but like we really shouldn't have much reason to believe Cooper Kupp will be able to suit up for all 17 games, because he hasn't done that in 4 years.
Yep.
Bobo can block. That's valuable.
And he can play. He can reduce down a bit, right? In a nutshell. And Drift, to your point about him fitting the scheme, McDonald goes, after praising his special teams ability, his clutchness catching the ball, incredible hands, he says, with how we're going to be blocking on the perimeter, you're going to want 19 out there push cracking safeties and doing all those things. He brings a lot to the table. Well, push cracking safeties, that is the 101 play of Cooper Kupp, right? Like, other than, occasionally getting an end, but yeah, so good for Jake Bobo. Maybe we will see some more of him.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Are you saying more Jake? Are we coining that phrase, more Jake? Or is there
I don't know. It feels like it's missing something somewhere. I don't know. Perhaps the chat can come up with some ideas.
Plus de Jacques, perhaps. I don't know. Chat, if you guys come up with a phrase that would capture the essence of what we're going for here.
Number 19. Yeah.
Let us know. The other training camp thing of maybe actual significance, insofar as anything is significant at this point, is probably that it sounds like with the center battle that Oluwatimi is in the lead. I mean, he kind of started as the lead, but it sounds like with Haynes cross training at center and Sundell cross training at right guard, it sounds like the early returns on that battle is that Oluwatimi is holding his lead.
And his body looks fantastic.
Best shape of his life.
For sure. It's that type of season, right? Oh, and then our guy, Nick Emanwari, is learning from Devin Witherspoon, which they're spending a lot of time together. There is no better player to learn from than Devin Witherspoon in terms of getting your eyes in the right spot and keying and seeing and playing fast and instincts and feel for the position. Devin Witherspoon, what a guy for Emanwari to learn from. Younger guy, rookie, got a lot to learn, but that's a great starting point for him. So excited to see what we hear and see what we see when it comes to the actual preseason games, which are fast approaching. But Griff, we're here to watch Elijah, and already the chat is kind of jig in the chat saying it's Arroyo.
Now, I can't roll R's, so I'm not even going to try because I'm afraid I'd be making a mockery of it. Arroyo.
We've had like 5 podcasts where I've had a chance to sort my shit out, and I just haven't. So I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it could come off that way. Anyway, we're big fans of the player. And Griff, you now get the chance, and the chat as well, if you have any thoughts, chat, Griff, you get the chance to pick between Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, USF, Syracuse, Louisville, Georgia Tech, FSU, Florida, FAMU, Duke, Cal, or Ball State for which game you'd like to watch?
Man, that is quite the little. I remember.
Selection.
Let's go Wake Forest.
Wake Forest. Who could forget? So this is a later in the season game. I think that's important because this Miami offense started quite hot. They were having success without too much strain or difficulty or adversity. And then as the season progressed, they encountered better teams and they encountered some more difficulties. Not a reflection, I don't think, of Arroyo, but just kind of the nature of how their season developed. Now, as this
Hold on,
downloads,
hold the fort. DKJ just came up with a brilliant idea in the chat.
whoa,
You see that?
oh yeah. Well, what about Axel's one? The Axel's one's quite good.
I just there's something about what DKJ said.
Okay,
More, all right. So July 27th, 2025, DKJ coins the phrase "more Bobo."
yeah,
I like it. I like
that is
it.
remarkable.
More Bobo. Let's go with that.
You know what? This feels like that moment where, you know, when the fan called into the radio and was like, "Hey, let's call him the Legion of Boom," and that was the moment.
Yeah.
Like this still feels seminal.
Yeah, it's kind of equivalent, right?
Right. Where were you when
Where were you?
DKJ came up with more Bobo?
I know where I was.
Great. Right. So while this downloads, Griff, it shouldn't be too. Oh, it's downloaded. Anyway, we had McDonald elaborate a bit on Arroyo's progress. He also said, when we drafted Elijah, we thought he was going to be a great football player and a great tight end. We talked about his skill set, his route tree, being able to split out, playing in line, which he's working on. He's got a lot of room to grow. We're going to put a lot of pressure on him, and we expect a lot out of him. He's got a great opportunity in front of him. A lot of those comments, I think he's saying that based off a lot of his college tape, right? But we're also going to see that off his college tape.
Yeah. I mean, we like the player, don't we? I like the player.
Maybe my favorite draft pick.
Honestly, yeah, it's between him and him and Torrey Horton in terms of, like, you know, value, whatever.
Now, it does come with the caveat that I am a sucker for this type of tight end. Like when Gerald Everett came out of the University of South Alabama, who could forget? Where were you during that moment? I was besotted, and then when the Rams drafted him, I was like, oh my gosh, perfect. And he never quite panned out as maybe, well, I guess he did. Like, he's coming from a small school, mid-round pick. He's had a fine career, but he didn't reach his potential ceiling, you could say. And I guess, Griff, the whole McDonald speaking about learning inline stuff, as we've discussed before, but it's all well and good being really good at this element, but at a certain point you have to be able to learn the blocking and the, you know, how do you get on the field more often? Well, it's by being able to play in line, isn't it?
Right.
Anyway, here we go. First play. Now, Griff, if you remember the format, end zone, I think clock, then wide copy, and we can't rewind once we've seen the whole clip through, okay? Now, a lot of the time, chat, you're going to see this guy here, is number 8. That is Elijah Arroyo, and he's going to be playing often as a wing, so off the line of scrimmage, where from that position there, he can go like this, and you're going to see him moving around at the snap. Here they're sort of getting in a bunch look with him, but they rarely asked him to block what we'd call inline, where he's on the line of scrimmage and he's driving off the ball, base blocking on an end or whatnot.
And this was very, like, college-y 11 personnel tight end usage.
yeah, like you can do a bit of this in the NFL, right, Griff? But you
Sure,
can't.
you're not going to live in it.
It's difficult to live in. Whereas the Miami Hurricanes certainly tried to live in it. So as I described, you can go back along the line here. They're blocking like a counter run, and I think we mentioned this in our one of our draft recaps. But there's a lack of pop to Arroyo's game that is kind of a theme.
Yeah, and it's strange because I don't think he blocks with poor technique always. I think he gets in a good body position.
Hmm.
There just isn't a lot of power behind it.
He certainly doesn't block with a lack of effort either. Like he's a high effort player. He's very willing. He gets into scraps on the field. Like he's
Yeah,
physical. He's trying to play on the edge of
right.
that. But yeah, there's just a lack of pop. I think sometimes his feet are out of phase with when he strikes someone.
Mm.
I think there is a technique aspect that can be cleared up. But yeah, generally a lack of pop. I mean, already
Um,
here though, you see the movement ability for the size. We didn't get full testing numbers from him. Obviously, he may have been a medical red flag for some of these teams, but he is a very agile, sort of sudden player given his
mhm.
frame, given that he's 240 ish pounds.
Yeah. I mean, he runs with a low center of gravity. He can shorten his stride, elongate his stride when he needs to. He's a good mover, really skilled mover.
I mean, look at his football position here for a tall guy.
Like even a little shoulder dip. Like he'd be a good edge rusher.
Stop trying to make everyone edge rushers.
Look, if JSN was 6'3" and put on 50 pounds, he'd be a good edge rusher. But that said, the movement skills are very similar to JSN, aren't they? For Arroyo, just like scaled up to a larger body.
Yeah, just like crazy center of gravity as you were describing, ability to get low in cuts and be
Hmm.
fluid and very
Yeah.
kind of defined in your angles,
Look how far back he is right here.
as in
Like
for the motion
alignment.
alignment for the motion. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as a stalk blocker, he's fine, right?
So
I mean,
he
he has a pretty
blocks
good rep.
as an auxiliary blocker when you're blocking body types that are routinely smaller than you, when you're blocking
Hmm.
safeties, nickels, corners. He's fine. I won't say he's amazing, but like he does the job. It's the second he has to block someone in his weight class or heavier, it's just a total negative, total zero. But again, the F in the scheme, right? Not the Y, but the F. They're going to find themselves blocking those body types, so it's okay. The smaller body types on average, but
And
it's very
and
much the more you go ahead.
if you're flexed out wide, like you're gonna obviously be on smaller body types too. And I don't think, like Schneider said, he could play some X. We have previously, but I think in this podcast we'll end up unpacking that a bit more as well, right?
Yeah.
But he's not going to be doing that loads. But when he does, he will get on the smaller body types and I think he'll be fitted up into positions where he is a better blocker.
Hmm.
Um, what made you pick the Wake Forest game, Griff?
He had the most receptions, so just the most action,
Nice. So bear that in mind, viewer. Like it's not all gravy. There's some games where he had lesser production.
but still a good tape.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And there's a couple of times where Cam Ward didn't deliver the ball to him because he was looking the other side of the field, and I don't think it was a case of because he's looking the other side of the field. Arroyo
Yeah,
got open. Arroyo,
dude. Speaking of which, Cam Ward is fun as hell.
he is fun, right? Like his
That,
quick release.
yeah, there are some flaws, but he's like my kind of maniac at the
He's
quarterback.
exactly your main. The way he just stands in and will rip what he wants to
Yeah,
throw.
he's team throw it. Like he never hesitates.
Yeah, he in a similar complementary sense to how Geno Smith will stand in and look to throw what he thinks is there and what
Hmm.
he's read out.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, like a psychotic level of like technically correct but still technically risky type of
yeah,
throws.
And like from a quarterback eval standpoint, that was what well, not to with Jalen Milroe, right? There were times where you've seen him try to make the throw that he didn't make, and it's like, well, just throw the, like you can see it's there. Throw the ball. Why is he
Right.
holding the ball?
Yeah.
It feels to me a bit like corner aggression when you're taking a shot on a play to make like Witherspoon coming out. You would prefer the aggressive end of the spectrum where you can then
Hmm.
scale it back, especially
Exactly.
if they're aggressive because they're seeing the right thing, or their process is sound, than the opposite way, you're too conservative and you're not seeing the opportunity or
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. I agree with you. That's a great way to frame that succinctly.
I don't think he's on
It,
the field right now, is he?
no,
Is this our guy here?
no.
No, number two. Too small. That might have been him. And
Yeah, he didn't play as many snaps as I thought he would.
well, particularly as the season progressed, right? He kind of got scaled back, and I didn't know if that was a commentary. Oh, here he is, back in the game. I didn't know if that was a commentary on how they felt about him as an inline blocker, or if it was just they had tight ends they wanted to rotate through. You never know
Hmm.
with college and like NIL and stuff what
Right.
the like playtime agreements are. I think we
Right.
talked about that when we had a linebacker episode.
All right. That'll play from number 8.
Right, like they're looking to run up in here, head up guy. You wanted to seal him out and not let him cross into here.
Horizontally gains width.
Good base, gets lower.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Like the technique is like he blocks him, right?
Yep.
He gets a good level. He's able to like scoop the guy. He rolls his hips through.
Hmm.
Like the elbows are relatively pinned when he engages the block.
I think for me it's the base. Like it's really hard to see from this angle. Maybe the wide angle will show us, but like the feet are so flat. Like there isn't a power
Okay.
foot.
Okay.
Like when he strikes, he gets his feet in the ground, but it's just very flat. As in there isn't a up foot and a back foot. There isn't a near foot as he strikes. So
Okay. But he still seals him.
oh yeah,
It's
no, he's still
still
leverage wise, like
positions
footwork,
himself well.
approach wise, hand wise is good, but like you can see here, there's a lack of power footwork, I would suggest.
Hmm.
And chat, if you have any questions, please do answer them. I'm gonna Big O, I'm gonna time you out for that potentially. I don't want any questions on that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Maddie, behave.
And Ben, I see your questions. We'll probably answer a lot of these as we go. I mean, here again, Griff, same dude. He's blocking 13.
And that's a linebacker uh, body type.
Safety linebacker type. I
Like
mean, he's
a
probably a 210-pound guy,
oh, is he? Okay.
if that.
Thought maybe 220, but yeah.
A bit more of a stagger in the feet, although he ends up kind of with his. At least he's got his foot kind of bracing out here. Is that a helicopter?
Yeah.
Are they
It's a
coming
mili-
for you?
there,
Is that
there-
the
there's
VMAC agents?
there have been a lot of helicopter activity because there's a guy who tragically like unalived his family and
Ah,
they're looking for him and there's just been a lot more helicopter activity recently, so
oh dear.
unfortunately.
That is very unfortunate.
All right, where's our guy again? So they're in 12.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's funny in college you can be in 12 and neither tight end is on the ball.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Lining up in like shotgun dot or not dot, but
Yeah.
what 2x2, 12,
Yeah,
just to run a draw play.
you just run it to set up that, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, not a draw, but just funny.
Same side inside zone or something. Not on the field. So it's going to come alive at some point, is what you're telling me.
It will. First drives are weird. So much poking and prodding.
Drawing coverage. His feel for coverage defender technique always stands out to me. Because think about it, if you're running down the field and you're focusing on like what pattern you're supposed to be running, it's really hard to kind of adjust subtly on the fly. Like you still want to run the pattern you're told to, but like the feel here of how that guy's playing to him and then where the space is, I think he ducks underneath the C. But yeah, like he understands that he needs to be drawing presence here because the ball's going out here. He's a very intelligent and reactive athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like some guys would try, I mean, he's got like looks like the over the ball route in mesh, right? But some guys might get caught up trying to do that and then it'd take too long to get to their landmark. And as Ben points out, he's press resistant. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see if he's ever I mean, this is an example of what he can do in terms of transitioning after the catch. But I'm interested in the NFL when they actually do put him on the ball and he does get proper press, how that looks. But at the Senior Bowl, he was very impressive.
I think he has a release package against press, to be honest.
Yeah, the Senior Bowl, that kind of showed big.
So here he is, bottom of the screen. Is this the comeback route?
I think it comes out quicker than that. Like a hitch.
I forgot end zone first.
But it's the type of thing you could do in theory. Like if they're not going to press him, you get off coverage and say it was like man-to-man, which it is here. So in the NFL world, that would be like a safety out here. And they'd like play corner over.
Mm-hmm.
You could easily throw him a little hitch. And he's like he already from his body. Just look at his body position.
Yeah.
Like such a natural athlete. And what I mean by that is he understands that guy's playing inside leverage and off coverage. So the way to transition as a runner would not be to turn the body here and then try go here. It would be to fully turn and then you're going down this way.
Yeah.
And just look that little step, the pivot step almost, and then to receive the ball in this manner.
And then look how upfield his drop step gets with his right foot.
Yeah.
Like he's already set up to pivot. So really fluid player.
Yaki.
I mean, it's very like JSN, Cooper Kupp, like getting their hips upfield as quickly as possible. Which, Maddie, is why they'd be such good edge rushers. They get their hips pointed in the direction their body wants to go very early in the snap.
You know those like medicine ball drills that the D-line do to like keep training their hips to turn around the corner as they go around the hoop?
Mm-hmm.
Should receivers, pass catchers be doing them?
Honestly, you could argue that any football player should do those drills.
Right, because where your hips point, where you go.
To gain that muscle memory.
Mm-hmm. Interesting they just didn't do it again.
Yeah, and that whole concept of just if the corner's off, take the free 5 yards. That was the whole part of the DK thing, right? They're off just 5 yards, and even though he's not like an immediate accelerator, you still have to tackle a 230-pounder. So
well,
those targets were really efficient.
And then they obviously dried up a bit with the monstrosity of Grubb, but like you'd expect Kubiak to want to have some of that in his offense. And the discussion for Arroyo is, okay, he can do this, but say this guy presses him now, can he do that? And can he threaten the fade? Can he threaten the vertical nature of an X? Not like DK for sure, but I don't know. I don't want to put
You,
words in your mouth.
I
I
mean,
think maybe I'm more confident on his ability to be able to do that against a safety.
yeah. You're not threatening it with speed. You're threatening it with body positioning and ball skills, right?
Well, I don't know. He once he gets up to speed, like he's a very very fast player for his size. Like if he's against the
Sure.
safety,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. The preseason's gonna be fun when he's up against like second string guys who are a bit slower.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Mm-hmm.
hope they do throw him a go ball.
Yeah.
That might be the comeback.
I will say one thing, Sam Darnold, he's generally a good deep ball thrower, but one thing he doesn't seem to do well is outside release, go and fade routes down the
Mm-hmm.
sideline. His placement has just always been off.
Mm-hmm.
But inside release, the post route, that's there. Like I think my question for Arroyo would be, can he run like a skinny post from an X or is the widest guy? So this is good right here.
Gets the corners, hips like opening, attacks
Look at that right there where you're paused. Look at his hips. Like that's very,
tight
and
in a
then,
good
and
way.
yeah. And then, like he's actually selling vertical too.
Yeah, he sells vertical. That even here he's almost bursting inside, really attacking the corner leverage to get in that kind of head up area before rounding out. And the little sort of lean into the cut
Mm-hmm.
at the top of the stem.
And then adjusting his body to the ball again.
Yeah,
He's just so
like look how he's turned already.
yeah, he's just so adaptable and
Because that
reactive.
turn enables him to face where the tackle is coming from,
Mm-hmm.
and say that's to the field side. That's you could break that tackle now.
Mm-hmm. I really
NFL
think
Hatch's NFL scheme are there more broken tackle opportunities for him potentially, right?
mm-hmm, totally. I really think that his primary value as when he's working like out of the slot or in the from an official tight end position is more so as a intermediate dominant player, not so much a seam buster, although he can definitely threaten the seam. But I think his separation past the 10-yard mark is really his calling card.
Mm-hmm. And this is just so. This is the type of route that Donald does love throwing, Griff.
Yo, oh yeah.
And there's no reason that like if Cam Ward had looked here, that's still open in my opinion. Maybe this guy sinks a bit more in the window, but like look at the distance and the distance. There's a layer here, right?
Totally.
So good at stringing together these cuts as well.
Yep.
And this is
Hitting
what I
his
meant about like,
landmark.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, that's what I meant about Phil for underneath technique. Like he understands that this isn't man anymore. He was facing off man. They're spinning into cover two. This guy as a cover two corner is going to want to stay outside leverage and deny you the release like this to buy time for this guy playing over the top of you. So what you want to do against this type of corner is you want to lean into him, but you always want to be gaining the inside leverage, especially when you're giving a route that's breaking to the inside. You want to get to a position where you get a clean release into this area here when you're given that type of route against cover two. And that little, I mean, what do you describe that as? Cut, dip while staying square. That gives him the clean release to the inside. And then suddenly he's there with a lot of speed.
Mm-hmm.
And he's able to throttle down into where the coverage hole is. And if the ball, if say this was too cloudy for Ward, the whole purpose of this route is for it to be like on the backside of whatever they're reading out here.
Mm-hmm.
Bang.
Um, again with the hips, like you notice when he comes out of his cut, how quickly his hips are pointed toward the opposite sideline. His hips pointing in one direction is always going to be faster than a linebacker that is square to the line of scrimmage trying to drift under him. So he'll always have speed into that window, as
It's
you
like
were
an
saying.
that's like an edge rusher foot growth,
Yep, sure
ankle
is.
flexion,
It's like
tight
right now,
toes.
like no linebacker's ever going to outpace him shuffling to their left as he's running to his right.
Yeah.
Um, like he'll always beat that.
And another reason I really liked the pick Griff was because when we watched Kubiak's offense and what he did in New Orleans, a big part of that was being able to be in 12 personnel a lot of the time, so two tight ends out on the field, or base personnel, so two running backs and whatever you call Taysom Hill, right? But
Hmm.
then from that, there'd be the classic like, oh, I formation. We're watching a Kubiak offense or a Shanahan offense. But then there'd also be a bit more of a diverse gun run game and an ability to line up in formations that like 11 personnel, but your move tight end was out in the slot or your move tight end was at the X position. And it was kind of in the Kubiak scheme, having those players who are able to do a number of alignments seems very important to me. And I'm not sure. Well, what Arroyo brings is he can do that. The question is when he's in this type of position, he's in line.
Hmm.
But then maybe he doesn't need to be. I mean, how did the Saints use their move tight end, Jawan Johnson, Griff?
I mean, he's in the slot, a little bit of X, a little bit of the second tight end on a wing. Occasionally, when they wanted to go into 2x2 12, he was on the line of scrimmage. But a lot of the times, you just need to form a gap. You can just exist as a body.
Just put
In the
yourself on
blocking
the
scheme.
line,
Yeah.
and ideally, they're running away from you, or they're not. Your block's not the most important block.
Hmm. Like he'll never be the engine of the run scheme, nor will they ask him to be the way that AJ Barner might be to a degree.
Right. And again, that complementary nature now the picture's clarified with Fant out of it.
When I mean, like this is a great example. They'll probably call on him to beat a guy to a spot, right? And
Right.
look at how he retraces to find 39.
Yeah,
And
as a blocker, he's quite good at processing all the moving parts. Like he has to check that he's often checking inside that there's no movement. Like here, he's checking that guy is actually blocking down and his tackle has him right. And then
mhm.
he's pretty good at retracing, as you said, Griff,
But like his eye progression, like you said.
identifying
And,
the guy to go to.
and how often do you see tight ends get to the second level and just get completely olayed by the linebacker the second they have to adapt their angle or their path to get to that linebacker?
Hmm.
I mean, he's just so adaptive. Um,
Again, speaks to his like reactive athletic ability, which
yeah.
shows up in the route running and his navigation of where like the underneath zones are and the leverage that the defenders are playing with it. Him with and where
Hmm.
the space is.
Just reshapes his body well. Another reason with this coaching staff, theoretically, he can become a better blocker in line too. But I think some of it is weight room strength. Like he has the coordination and bend and all that pad level for it, but does he just need to get stronger in the weight room? I don't know. Like AJ Barner, even though he's 6'6", 250, he's kind of a low density player. He's kind of wiry, but his play strength is nuts. Like I
I
don't
mean,
know how.
this looks pretty dirty. Whatever went on down here, the ball doesn't go there. But like he's open, I think.
Dude,
Let's see the
Cam Ward
wide
is
copy.
Ward is so good.
Like how quick this ball comes out and the trajectory.
To the field too. Like he's
Oof.
crazy. He's nuts. I love him.
Will the Titans ruin him though?
Good question. All right, let's see what our guy does.
So he gets a little like head start motion, like the disgusting Shanahan offspring have started doing.
Yep,
Like choice. I mean, he's open.
he's open. Yep, he works him. So yeah, you give him a free release, head up, face up thing, he'll shake you at the top of the route. That's very much very much in his bag.
At the Senior Bowl, that was like, I cannot
Who
believe I missed him. I think I
do
just thought they're not going to draft a tight end who isn't known for his blocking. And I got too caught up in that idea.
all right. Look at Cam. Look at Cam Ward on this one, man. This isn't this. Look at where the receiver is when he throws it. Like he splits the two defenders.
Yeah.
Before he even the receiver gets in between them.
It's like video game placement, right?
Yeah. Like I know it's a pick, but
the animation has decided that you're winning.
Yeah. Like Cam sees the future on some of this stuff.
Oh my gosh. What's happening? So our guy's now detached number 3. Again, something that I think the Seahawks can do with him. Occasionally DK would get put here for like like the fake route.
Yeah. The big wasp route or whatever.
Yeah. I remember. Wow, that was probably like 5 years ago now.
2020 Gilmore Patriots, right?
Yeah. But like, this is something you can play games with. Say you have, MVS here or Bobo here, and then you put Arroyo here. Arroyo. Damn it. I don't know. I guess they thought they're getting man. I don't know. Should the ball go here? Probably. Is it? But what down and distance is this? Probably
I think it's
3rd and goal.
Yeah.
It doesn't work anyway. Oh, that's very basketball here, Griff. Just this little turn.
Yeah.
It goes off the screen, but anyway.
Well, like he's going backdoor off of, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, DKJ in the chat pointing out he's a better version of Jimmy Graham. Also a hooper, also went to the University of Miami. I'm sure that was the recruiting pitch to him.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, and that's fine.
That'll play, right?
It's fine. It's the point we're speaking of, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would just like there to be a bit more pop, a bit more power, and for me, that comes with a bit more intentional footwork into the contact, where, like his ideally he's making contact when this foot is in the ground, and then this foot stepping as he strikes the guy. But the problem is he actually makes contact, and this sounds nitpicky, but it's like how you end up striking guys with more power. He makes the contact when this foot's hit the ground, and so it's opposite foot to the shoulder, and there's no real ability to brace, and he's very high up.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that the Seahawks will be coaching. And if you are at training camp and you see him rock a guy, then that would be a very good sign. But I think he's such a glitz. I mean, we spoke about it before, but he's such a glitzy player, such an impressive player. In terms of the receiving ability. He blocks like Taysom Hill right now. I mean, Griff, this is, again, when he's sealing out on a guy.
Yeah.
Oh, sugar. I think I missed the end zone of that. Sorry. Anyway. Ward's release is so funny.
That alignment is just so deep. Pretty much every time he lines up that deep, he's tipping that he's moving.
Yeah.
They're even
Yeah.
pointing at it.
Yeah.
But it's an RPO, so.
At number 3 again.
3 off the ball.
Like it's crazy ability to read. I think he knows what coverage he's getting pre-snap. Like it's cover 1.
Mm-hmm. Look how he dips his outside shoulder.
Get skinny. Like,
yeah.
How are you contacting a guy when he's attacked you here and then his body's literally gone like this? There's no surface area.
Yeah, reducing that pad down, kind of like an edge rusher, Matty.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
Okay. Hold on now.
Look how he seals them. Like gets inside of the
body positioning.
The corner, yeah.
Or like Justin Jefferson. So would Justin Jefferson be a good edge rusher?
Well, I always said that if Justin Jefferson was like 6'5", he'd be Travis Kelce.
Oh, right.
Like what he'd lose in speed, he'd gain in mass. And could Travis Kelce be an edge rusher? Who does Travis Kelce move like? To me, Max Crosby at edge.
My gosh.
So Max Crosby would also be a hell of a tight end, just as JSN or Justin Jefferson would be a hell of an edge rusher if he was 50 pounds heavier. It all connects, Betty.
I'm starting to see that. DKJ saying he's open on almost every play. I mean, yeah, this is kind of what I was saying earlier. He sort of was, yeah. It's just the ball, the ball didn't go to him for whatever reason.
Nice cut from Martinez.
Yeah, and that's another factor we should have probably mentioned sooner. But number 6 is the Seahawks day 3 running back, Damian Martinez.
I like Martinez.
He's suddenly got more important for the injury to Kenny McIntosh as well.
Yeah.
Cool. The number 3. Or they get him a little mid-screen, but the edge drops out. But you can see the type of weapon he is. They're trying to get him the ball in run after catch opportunities. The ball doesn't get here, not through fault of his own, but just a heads-up play from this guy running a game, understanding it was too easy, and sitting down in that window. Oh, no. That's the thing with Cam Ward. He occasionally does stuff like that.
He tried to make it happen. He tried to create for him.
Yeah, just not quite on the same page.
Too bad.
Too bad. Moving again. Griff, something I've been thinking about is like Taysom Hill was a big part of what Kubiak did. I'm not suggesting that you like have Arroyo as a wildcat guy, but he can definitely do some of the not gadget, not gimmick, but the sort of they're almost extensions of the running game. But they're kind of like little dump offs, like slice routes or like or flat routes off like an RPO. Totally. He can do bits of that, right?
Right, even a jet sweep, like or a shotgun push pass, off of motion, slice motion or something.
A bit like what on the shovel stuff, a bit like what the Chiefs do with Kelce or did with Kelce.
I mean, if they create the space for him, like we keep saying, he gets up feel off of his first step. Sometimes that's all you need is just a jump on the guy. Just to give defenses enough to think about.
This is a concept NFL teams use with more regularity recently, where there's like a downfield concept with an inbuilt kind of escort type play for the running back. Fairly solid leverage from Arroyo. He just didn't quite get it done as a stalk blocker. Why didn't he? I don't know. I think more of a timing thing where he hadn't realized that the ball had come out yet, and he gets kind of shocked. He doesn't make first contact. It's always going to be tough. Oh, I think I messed that up. Pretty good transition here, Griff.
Mm-hmm. Yep, adjusts to the ball well. He has a runway, but he just gets going right away.
One, to me, he's so, and not that you haven't said this, but just to drill down on the point, he's so effective in these situations that he's the type of player that as an offensive coordinator, you need to be finding ways to get him that runway, to get him the space you were talking about, Griff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You might say he has that curvilinear speed.
You might.
You might say that. I'm not saying you would. I said you might.
One might.
All right. This one, he just absolutely cooks the guy. So again, face up. He's going to eat you alive if he's not contacted off of his release. Gives him a little in and out. And then also what I love about this is once he dusts the guy, he stacks him before he breaks.
Which at the Senior Bowl, he was stacking the heck out of people.
And why that's important is because when the guys try to recover, if they know you're breaking out, they will run the hypotenuse and use the angles to their advantage to catch up to you. This keeps them in a trail position vertical so that when he does break, they have no shot of recovering.
Yeah. So when Griff mentioned stacking guys, chat, what he means is Arroyo doesn't immediately go like this, which that would be, the guy's kind of on his ass. You're thinking, okay, well, that, let me get out my route immediately. What he does, which, by the way, if he did that, this guy would be able to maybe make a recovery attempt here, but also this guy here would be able to break on the route.
Right. So it holds the safety as well.
But what Arroyo does, to Griff's point, is he holds vertical here, and he really creates a position where it's a pure guessing game. So now he's completely here, he's right in line, and it's now a pure two-way go here, and it's held this guy on his initial inside leverage, and then you're fully accessing here.
Yep. And then also just his speed into the cut too. Like,
no deceleration, right? He almost accelerates into it.
Yeah, totally. So this is like, and also he does this he's not even on the line of scrimmage, like he's off. And how often do you send guys vertical when they line up off the line of scrimmage? Like very few guys can actually do that. Usually it's the defense is like, all right, who are my vertical threats? It's who's aligned on the line of scrimmage, because usually 90% of the time those guys are running the deep route. The guys off the ball are usually running the control route, the underneath stuff, the shallow stuff. The fact that he can actually threaten the top of your defense a whole 2 yards off, that's nuts, man. I mean, that's hooping. Like that's pure, like that's a ball player. So that's probably my favorite snap of his entire collegiate career.
Good. Well, I'm glad we're watching this game then.
Yep. I did choose it for a reason, Maddie.
Well, you did, yeah.
Plans within plans.
And this is a nice one where, it's against zone, but it's representing that feel for the underneath. Like it'd be very easy to kind of get antsy here or run yourself into the coverage or shit your pants. But instead, just okay, where's the hole? All right, how am I going to make myself open for the quarterback? I don't want to run here, even though there's a guy here. Like I'm in the void. Let's just chill and trust my quarterback to throw here or throw here, depending on what that happens here. And yeah, just hanging out in space, and then understanding, okay, well, this is the nearest guy assigned to me. How am I going to position myself and take a step to then get yak?
Like when he catches the ball, you see how his hips drop?
Yeah.
Like right when he catches the ball, the hips drop right there.
Yeah.
And second step, his left foot is pointing toward the end zone. Like there's the economy of movement is elite. He
right?
gets 7 yards of yak out of that. He turns a 5 yard reception to 12 yards. Will Disley, for example, as much as we love
Whoa,
him,
whoa, whoa,
gets
whoa! Hold on
collapsed
now.
right at the catch point. And
Washington
then
Husky, Will Disley.
yeah, I know we love him, but just the
Uh-huh.
difference between these guys. Um,
Yeah. Anyway, so that's a half of football that we've watched, Griff, and an exciting player.
yeah, I think we like him. So expectations for this year,
Mm-hmm.
I'm more so like, can we just get 500 snaps out of him on the field and
Right,
see
right.
what those snaps look like?
And why that's a challenge, Griff, is like Barner's going to be the guy ahead of him because, and then like Arroyo, like getting him on the field, you have that challenge of well, you can't really have him as an inline guy. How many of your formations are going to use a tight end as the X, a tight end as the detached three, and a tight end off the ball, and without it being a tell? And I think maybe leaning more into 12 personnel as Kubiak has done in the past. Well, that's one way of creating more of those opportunities, right?
Right.
But yeah, he's down the pecking order. I mean, he might be tight end 3 right now. We don't know. There's still some. There's not Noah Fant anymore, but there's still some other guys vying for that spot. I know Ferguson's kind of seems to have been beaten out of fullback by Oots, and he was never really a fullback. He's kind of moonlighting there. Um,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. So we like the Arroyo pick. If you guys are mad at us about even worry, you guys can
Would people were mad at us? Were they?
kind of. Well, I
Oh,
get it. I get
I
it.
think it was fairly well received.
Yeah. No. No. People are chill. It's all good. Maddie, before we get out of here, I just wanted to say good things are headed my way today. I choose positive thoughts today. Today is a good day to have a good day. I am lucky, grateful, and blessed. I have so much to look forward to today. Everything that happens today will be for my highest good. I am excited for what today will bring. Only
Mm-hmm.
good things will come to me as a result of how the day unfolds. Did you want me to keep going? I can keep going if
No,
you
no,
want me
no,
to.
no. Honestly,
I am
pal,
becoming
that no,
the
no,
best
no, no, no. I
version
don't. No, I don't. I don't want you to keep
of
going.
myself.
I
Today is a fresh
don't.
start to go after my goals and dreams with
Do you
renewed
think
energy.
the Spanish women's team will beat the English women's team?
I am a priority. Thank you,